one decimal place. How would you work this out?
So, using the example that they've given us, if it was to 2 decimal places, you'd need to find the second digit after the decimal, but this is 1, so the first digit after the decimal would be the 4. And then you'd either round that up or down, and since it's a 4, you'd round that down.
Fantastic.
So it would stay as 6.4.
So what would the answer be?
I think it would stay as 6.4.
Okay, let's just check this. So 6.47 to 1 decimal place. So you said that this digit is going to move up or down. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this do that? Well, we look at the digit after the decimal point to find if it's more or less than 5. So this is more than 5. And what do we do if it's more than 5?
We round it up.
And which digit do we round up?
We round the 0.4 up.
Yes, so and it will become?
6.5.
6.5, well done, that's better. So let's just choose that, 6.5 as our answer. Lovely, and just do one more please, Fatma. This one is 376 to the nearest 100.
The answer would be 400.
Yeah, because 376 is more than 350, which is halfway, and we just round it up to the nearest 100. Thank you so much, Fatma. Just mute yourself there. Well done. Let's just go back to Danny to see if its mic is working.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel. How are you doing? You're back.
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks. What happened before?
My mum was using this one for her work, and
Oh,
I was using a different one.
Tell Mum I said I'm saying sorry to her, to disrupt her.
Okay.
Please forward on my message to her, okay?
Okay.
And also say thank you as well for letting you borrow the laptop. Okay, so Danny, this one is correct. 5,829 to the nearest 1,000. So we're going up to 1,000 now.
6,000.
Well done. So 5,829 is closer to 6,000 than 5,000, so we'll pick that. Good. And correct 7,518 to the nearest 100.
7,500.
Yeah, nothing to it really. 7,500. Well done. Thank you, Danny. I'll come back to you in a minute, okay? Thanks. Okay, let's go to Lubaba for the next one. Hi, Lubaba. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Very good. Go ahead.
Is it 1,000?
Yes, so 1,485 is less than halfway between 1,000 and 2,000, so halfway would be 1,500. So 1,000 is the closest. Well done. And have a go at the next one.
2,400.
Yeah, so this one is closest to 100, so 2,400 it is. Well done, Lubaba. Thank you. And just one last one, Lubaba. Have a go at this one. Take your time. So what would be the third decimal number? So 3 decimal places. Do you know what the third decimal number would be that we're going to move up or down? Shall I help you with this one?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's slightly tricky one, so let's just do this one together, okay? So because it says 3 decimal places, so 3 decimal places is going to be 7, because 7 is 3 numbers after the decimal point, okay? So because it's 3 decimal places from the decimal and it's the third number, this is the number that will either move up or down. Okay? So now, the reason 7 is going to move up and down is because we're going to move and look at the number straight after the 7 to see if it's either halfway or more than halfway. So is 6 more than halfway, Labawa? Just
Yeah.
6 by itself, yeah, because halfway is going to be 5, right? So because 6 is more than halfway, what do we turn 7 into now?
8.
Exactly, so it'd be 3.848 in this case, okay? You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So 3.848. Thank you very much for that, Labawa. Thank you. I'll come back to you in a few minutes, all right? And let's go to Ibrahim for the next one. And this one is significant figures.
It will be 38.
What are significant figures? How do we work them out?
All right. A significant figure is, for example, you see 37.62. So the first digit from the left, that is not a 0. After that, you would round to the nearest, whatever it might be, in this case 10.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be 40, sorry.
40. Just, Ibrahim, there's a lot of crackling noise in the background. Just explain that nicely and slowly so that everybody else can hear that as well.
Right. A significant figure is when a number is rounded according to how many numbers there are. For example, you would go to the left side and the first number that is not a 0, in this case 3, you would round up to that digit. So you would round up to 40 in this case.
And why would it go to 40?
Because anything after the one significant figure is not important. So you would round up because 7 is higher than 5.
Good. So we're looking at one significant here. Now please pay attention, everybody, because when people did this homework, they struggled on the significant figures side of things. So let me just explain exactly what Ibrahim did and show you. So Ibrahim said that because this question says one significant figure, if you look at the question, it says one significant figure. Now our one significant figure is this number. So we don't include 0. So we just go to the first significant figure, which is 3. Now we're looking at 3 as our main number that will either stay the same or it will go up because that is our one significant figure. Okay? So number 3 is the man, basically. And we have to move it up or we're going to move it down. So now when we look at the number next to 3, we can see that 7 is more than halfway. So that means 3 is going to go up to 4. Now you might ask, but why do we put a 0 instead of 7? And the reason for that is because there's a decimal there and the 7 is completely eliminated and we just turn it to 4 because then it becomes 40 just by itself. So the 3 moves up to 1.24 and then the 7 gets eliminated because we're still looking at the first number, and because there's a decimal there it becomes 40.00. So the other numbers just become zeros. And in this case, we don't include the decimal point because we're just looking at one significant figure. So C, being 40, will be the answer that we're looking for in this case, okay? So C will be the answer. And thank you very much, Ibrahim, for that. Let's go for another option. Let's go to Dan for this one. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Are you okay? Good lad. Did that kind of make sense a little bit, what I said about significant figures? You might have a different technique of working this out, but do you know how to do this one, the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us and explain clearly.
Okay, so the number's 58.165. The first significant figure is 50, so the 5. And then the 8, it's going to be rounded up because it's above 8. And it said to one significant figure, so it's going to change to 60.
Yeah, so because 8 is more than halfway, the next number, so that means that 5 is going to become 6. And the rest of the numbers are just going to turn into zeros. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
Because we're only looking at the first significant figure according to our question. And then we don't need to include 0.000 because that means exactly the same thing. It just means 60. So then we just choose 60 as we go along, okay? Good. And have a go at this one as well, Dan. So just read the question for me.
Correct 18.169 through the 2 decimal places. Then choose a correct option. So the second decimal place is the 6. And 9 is above halfway. So it's going to be rounded to 18.17.
Good. So 9 is more than halfway. So because 9 is more than halfway, you just round up the 6, and the 6 is going to become?
7.
So it would be 18.17, Dan, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So let's just choose 18.17. D is the correct answer. Thank you very much for that, Dan. And let's just go to Eliora for the next one.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi, Eliora. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
How did you find the significant number practice there?
Is it A?
Okay, good. So 0.4726. Now this is to 2 significant figures, so be careful with this. Okay, let me show you. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is A. Correct. Well done to you. So 2 significant figures is the question. So remember, significant figures never start from 0. They only start from a whole number. Okay? So for everybody, please remember this. Significant figures always start from whole numbers and not 0 or any decimal points or any fractions at all. So the second significant figure is going to be 7. 7 in this case. And now we're going to determine if that 7 is going to go up by 1 number or down, or just stay the same. It's not going to go down. It's either going to go up or it's going to stay the same. And this particular number is smaller than halfway. So the number will stay the same. It will be 0.47, just exactly like it is. No difference. And you just get rid of the 2 6 at the end. We don't need them. So 0.47 in this case will be correct. But because some of the questions are so different from each other, especially with significant figures, you've got to be a little bit careful. Let's do this one as well, Eliora. To 1 significant figure. So what's the 1 significant figure there?
8.
So 1 significant figure means the first number, Eliora. First number.
6.
6, exactly. So this is what we're going to play with. Now, because there's 1 significant figure, look at the next number. Is it more than halfway?
Yeah.
So what will our 6 then become?
7.
7. And all we're going to do is, you know the next numbers? What are they going to turn into?
Zeros?
Just zeros. That's all. That's all. Okay? So it will basically be 70,000. So let's go for 70,000 here. Let's practice this one as well. You're all together. So this is, yeah, this one is a longer number. So let's just write this down first of all. So 9325.822. All right. Now we're looking at two significant figures in this case. So what are the two numbers that we're going to play with in this question? So two, yeah, go ahead. Say that again.
9 and 3.
Exactly. So 9 and 3, two first numbers. Don't be nervous with this. I know it's a bit tricky. So 9 and 3. Excellent. So those are our two significant figures. Now we're going to bank 9 and 3. Now let's have a look at the third number. Is it more or less than halfway?
Less.
Less. So what are we going to do with the rest of the numbers?
Turn them into zeros.
Turn them into zeros. There we go. Okay. So our answer is going to be 9,300 in this case. Good? Happy?
Yeah.
Good go, well done. Thank you, Leora. And let's go to Lababa for this one. So to the nearest thousand, Lababa. How would you pronounce that number, Lababa? Do you know? A long number.
384,761.
Well done. Good girl.
So it would be 384,000.
Yeah, so it's either going to be 384,000 or 385,000. What do you think it's closer to? 384,000 or 385,000?
5,000.
Did you say 385,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look here, 384,761. So because the 761 is more than 500, it will go up to 385,000. That's right. Well done, that's correct. So let's go for option D as our final answer there. Okay, thanks, Lababa. I'll come back to you probably in a little while. I just want to get others involved as well. Thank you. Let's go to Daniel. Danny? So Daniel, if you just unmute yourself quickly.
Hello.
Daniel, are you there? Just unmute yourself. Thank you, you're here. Well done.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, so this one's a significant figure one again, Danny. Did you understand the explanation from before?
Yeah.
So we've got 8,732 here. Would you like some help, or are you okay to try this?
Is it 9,000?
To one significant figure. Should I help you?
No. Is it 9,000?
And how do you come up with 9,000 for this one?
Because the one significant figure is 8, and the number after it is 7, and that's above 5. So it's going to become 9, and the rest will be 0.
Good lad. Well done. Are you happy now with this?
Yeah.
Good. And that's exactly what I was saying, because a lot of students for this struggled with the significant numbers more than anything else. And that's why this topic was so important to cover today. The decimal places are okay. I think they're quite easy for you, but significant figures was the one that we wanted to do. Because a lot of the GCSE Maths questions, when you work them out, they will just stick on that bit at the end of the question to say, okay, give your answer now to 2 significant figures or 1 significant figure. So, and that, it just means a mark here and there that you can accumulate quite easily. So why should we lose out on that mark? We need to know how to do these significant figure questions, okay? So well done, Danny, thank you. And let's just go to Dan for this one.
It is 70.
Did you say 70, the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just double check. So 72.173, and we wanted,
Oh no,
Bas-
no, it's 72.
okay, so 2 significant figures means 7 and 2, right? Look at the number after the decimal is less than halfway. So 72 will stay in its place, and then it will just be 0, 0, 0. So the answer is going to be 72. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Good. Let's go with 72. Well done. And let's go to Fatima for this one.
Hello?
Hi, Fatima. So now we're back on to 3 decimal places. 5.00.
Okay, so
5.4096.
I think it would be B. This one. This one would be B.
B. Okay, let's try that for a second. Echo it at the background while that's on. Okay. Thank you. So I could hear myself speaking twice. So 5.4096 to 3 decimal places. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And because it's 3 decimal places, that 9 is either going to go up or it's going to go down. And you said that the answer is going to be B, because that 9 then turns into a 10. And that will then turn out to be 5.410. Okay, so that 9, we just eliminate the 6 and that 9 just becomes a 10 thereafter. And we have 5.410 as the answer there. Okay, good. I'll just Ibrahim for the next one.
Can't see the question. All right, okay. He's left. We have no teacher. Okay.
Sorry about that. My connection just got lost there for a second. So let me